guys, so today we are taking out the hair. It's been a little longer than, actually no, it's really been about 3 weeks. I don't like keeping in my hair longer than about 4 weeks, and just because it's just really messy, it got messy really quickly. I decided I'm gonna take it out early. Why not? Anywho, I went to a gym yesterday called Revolution Studios. It was good. It kind of reminded me of the gym back in Toronto that I go to, and kind of how we run our classes, just a smidge. It was pretty hot in there. I felt like I was going to faint, but we woke up really early. The class was at 9:30, but we left Sharjah here around 7 o'clock. So it took us about an hour and a half or so to get to that corner of Dubai. And early in the morning, traffic is ridiculous. So in terms of like finding gyms out here, it's gonna take some time to kind of navigate how I get there, when I get there, days and stuff like that. But I signed up for 3 days for like a class pass, so I have a full month to try it out. But it is Ramadan now. I don't start fasting until tomorrow because I'm finishing my cycle. So that was why I was able to do the class yesterday, because Ramadan started on the Wednesday. So yeah, it was good though. I did like it. Coaches were nice, but the one aspect when it comes to, I guess, different gyms, I always look at how the coaches interact with everybody. I felt like he was good with talking to everyone, but he did have a nitpick of like talking to certain people, but he was really good navigating the whole class. And that's just like coach's eye for me of like how someone navigates and how someone works, and then also gives me an idea of like if I would want to work there, living here. So that's cool. Hi darling. Okay, so also I'm reading a new book this time around. I finished the collection of Icebreaker, Wildfire, and Daydream. Those books were really good. I find that I am in a era of reading books that are like series. So since that series was done, I'm now moving on to Anna Hong, I believe her name is. But I'm starting all the way from the last series that she made. So this one is coming from like 2024 to now of 2026. I believe that there's like a list in here. Let me find it. Okay, yeah. So books by Anna, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 different series types. So the one that I'm in with the striker is the Gods of the Game. So I believe that everything from this series is some type of sport person. So in this book, the main character, Asher Donovan, he's a soccer player. And then there's the next one after this is the Defender. I believe there's another one, I'm not too sure, because this one is the first one. I'm pretty sure there's one more, for 3 altogether. And then there's Kings of Sin, Twisted, and If Love. So there's like a whole, I don't know if you can see it, whole list here of the books. And pretty sure I'm probably going to just spend my time reading all of the books, because I'm in this series of reading books that come with the series. I'm starting to like the way she writes. I'm only chapter 5. I started today. It is a spicy romance. So with that being said, I won't be able to read this during the day for Ramadan, but I will read it at nighttime, during the times that I'm allowed to read it. Technically shouldn't be reading it whatsoever throughout the whole month, but I don't have another book. I can get another book. I probably won't. So if you're into romance, highly recommend The Icebreaker, Wildfire, and Daydream. Daydream, out of all of them, is my favorite just based on how she wrote the characters, and it was more of like a lust of romance and how they waited and got to know each other more instead of just like rushing into the sexual aspect of it. Though the other books did have a great backstory with everyone and telling their stories and who they are, and the whole series, like, they all intertwine with each other, which made it so much easier to connect with the characters. But some, like, Icebreaker was very fast paced, I'm not gonna lie to you. Very fast paced in terms of the sexual aspect of it, but when you get into Daydream, it's a lot slower, based on the characters and who they are and what they've gone through. And I felt like I connected with that book a lot more. But all in all, love the characters, love the book, love the way it was written, and hoping that she does another book series just in the way that she did that. So I've been watching, okay, I'm seeing a pattern here within myself. I'm a series girl. So the books I'm in within this chapter of my life, everything has to be a series. It all has to connect with each other. The characters have to somehow intertwine with each other within the books, and it all has to just connect or something of the sort. Or if I just really like the way the person writes and they have a collection of books, I'm going to read it. But I stumbled upon a series on Netflix from, I believe his name is Harlan Corbin, I believe. So he has a series of books as well that he's now changed into, not changed, but he's now directing it into like a TV series. And they're limited series, so it's only one-offs because it's based off the book. So each series has about 6 to 8 episodes. So the first one that I watched was called Runaway. That was a brain fuck, in all honesty. Just in the sense of I'm pretty good on catching on like how the story is written, and by probably like 3rd episode, or maybe depending, I can catch on and have an idea of like who did it, like who did the killing, or who's missing, or XYZ. But with the first series that I like watched, I was very intrigued at the storytelling because there's so many different pieces to it, where you're like, you have these 2 random people killing all these men. You don't know why. You have a lady that's a detective looking for one of the men that got killed. You have the main character, how the story starts, the dad looking for his daughter because she's like strung off of drugs, and they think the person that she's with is her boyfriend, but you later on find out. And if you're not gonna watch it, or if you are gonna watch it, I don't care, spoiler alert, they end up at the end finding out that it was in fact her brother. And I'm not going to spoil anything else because I would love for you guys to watch this show, but how it all connects together with the cult, the dad, the mom, the sister, all of it is very intriguing. And by the time I was done watching it, I was left very like in a like pretty much I was brain fucked because I didn't see the ending coming. I didn't see the twist at the end happening. And just off the reaction of like the character that plays the father, his reaction was my reaction, and I was just like, how did this even happen? So that kind of started in a whirlwind of watching this director, writer guy's shows, and he has, I think, 8 on Netflix. I watched I think now 3 of his shows, or 4. There's Runaway, there's Fool Me Once. Fool Me Once I just finished. That one was about 8 episodes. And that one I was very confused with because I couldn't tell who did what. And that's what makes actually a good show, if you can sit through it without knowing who did the bidding until the end and them kind of like surprising you with it. And I really like that. But there's just the way it ended, I personally thought it could have ended a little bit better. This is my first day of fasting. It's 3:36. Gonna get ready because we're going to Dubai Mall because I need to see if I can get my phone fixed. I broke my phone again. I just got it changed literally 3-4 weeks ago before I came here. I dropped it the week before I left to come here, and the back screen is all cracked. So trying to see if I can get it replaced here and how long it will take. So I'm gonna go get ready now and we're gonna head off. I think you showed me it, and I was just like, I don't care to come into this store. Okay, so I am making pizza from scratch, and I'm making the pizza dough. And because I'm fasting, I literally don't pay attention to anything. I put the yeast and the sugar and the water in the mixer bowl, and then I put the flour and the salt in the small bowl when technically it should have been switched. So yeah. It's okay. It still comes out to the same thing. I just now have to put instead of like putting the yeast and the flours, like water stuff, slowly into the flour, I'm just gonna just dump it the opposite way. Here is fasting for me. I don't have a brain cell to think on until I could break it. The other day I made pizza, but I didn't film the rest of it. I was just like too out of it since fasting. But today we are making some garlic knots because we have a whole bunch of pizza sauce that we didn't know what to do. And tonight I'm making salad. So doing like probably chicken Caesar salad again or whatever. So I decided to make some garlic knots. Right now the dough is rising. I just put it in to the sand mixer and did the whole thing. All right, this smells so good. Just want to tell you guys that, to be honest. I honestly have been in the kitchen probably like every single day this week, just cooking. And I like the feeling. I feel like somehow I really like laying down and talking to the camera. But I just finished my workout, and one thing I just remind myself, especially during this time, during Ramadan and just in general through my day to day, is that I personally do not need an hour to get a good workout in. When I first started in like working out and fitness in the industry, my mindset was really, I have to be in the gym every single day. I have to be in the gym for about 2 hours to really get the most of it. If I wasn't sweating, then I didn't do a good job. Like, I'm lightly sweating, but that's really only due to the last 8 minutes of the workout that I had to do, which was a every minute on the minute. If I didn't do that, personally, I would just have like the heavy breathing, but my body would feel really, really good. And I think of it where my purpose in terms of my workouts these days, and it has been like this for a very long time, I think about it as longevity. How long do I want to live? How do I want to live? How do I want to feel when I reach my 50s, my 40s, my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, my 80s, and beyond that, and inshallah, if God wills that, you know. But in the sense of movement, move to feel free. Allow your body to explore and remove the emotions that you might be holding. Allow your body to remove the pain that you might be feeling. But most importantly, allow your body to feel good. So it doesn't matter what level of fitness that you're at, whether you're just beginning, you are intermediate, you're advanced, just start. And that can look like just going for walks. That can look like a 10-minute mobility video. That can look like setting up maybe a 20-minute or 30-minute workout, low weights, no weights, or maybe that's you going to the gym. However you see fit, whatever works for you is always going to be best for you. Try not to get lost in the noise of what social media kind of tells you what fitness should be. I always present it as it is personal to you, and ever since I kind of understood that concept, that's the way that I always built my clients' programs. Of I build towards what they're doing, how their lifestyle is, not mine. So I'm very grateful for movement today. I just feel very calm, feel very blessed, and yeah. So I decided to step out this evening and go pick up some food, but also wanted to get some steps in. I woke up today at like 5 p.m. But with that being said, I was up really early so I can eat for suhoor and then do Fajr prayer. Then we went to go get groceries. I was really tired, but I was like, hey, you know what? I want to leave with Musay, especially with everything going on right now, to be honest. So I left with him. We didn't get back until maybe 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I was up until about 10. So my body was kind of in this weird in and out phase of you need sleep, you need rest. I'm trying to set my sleep schedule because it's been off for a few days. Literally going to bed at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and then waking up at like 4, which is just not healthy for me. And I was getting a lot of like side pains. So slept until 5, woke up, did my workout, broke my fast, and I broke my fast with water. Still haven't really eaten anything much yet. I did have coconut water as well. So this lag time is kind of making me a little bit irritable. But outside, waiting for my food because decided not to cook tonight, which honestly, like, the kitchen is just a huge mess. And when it's a huge mess and I or say to decide not to clean it, I don't feel like cooking. So went to Nando's to pick up like the grilled like chicken wings with corn on the cob and some mashed potatoes. Once that's done, hopefully by like 11, I'll probably have a like berry smoothie with like chia seeds and coconut water just for a little bit of energy, but also high fiber. Go to sleep and then wake up. So resetting the schedule, my circadian rhythm. Though honestly, when it comes to Ramadan, I'm okay with it being a little off, but not too off, because when it's way too off, when you get back into like your normal day-to-day, it kind of screws with you. So I'm just trying to take it one day at a time, but also utilize my day as much as possible while I am here. It's pretty quiet these days since everything going on, but we're still out, we're moving, we're getting food, and just taking precaution.